Getting a good night's sleep is important for your mood, your energy restoration, and your overall health. It's also dependent on what you do during the day, how much physical activity you get, what you eat and drink, and how mentally stimulated you are, especially in the hours just before you go to bed. When people suffer from insomnia or other sleep issues, it's often because of something they're doing, probably unintentionally, when they should be preparing for rest. Here are 12 things you should never do before you crawl to your bed. Don't use any kind of digital technology. We all know they keep us awake, so here's your gentle reminder: stop using electronics before bed. This includes watching TV, texting, checking social media, scrolling the internet, etc. They stimulate the mind, keeping you awake. A research suggests that staring at the blue and white light emitted from digital screens prevents your brain from releasing the hormone melatonin, which lets your body know when it's time to sleep. So it becomes harder to fall and stay asleep. Don't take certain medications. Some medicines can make you alert for several hours after taking them. For example, antidepressants can have strong effects on sleep. Some pain medications may upset your stomach and make sleep more difficult. Taking medication for cold or allergies right before you sleep can be dangerous. Pills like flu medications can wire your brain into feeling restlessness, making it tough for you to sleep. A sleeping pill isn't always the answer, they're generally only recommended for short-term use. So if you find yourself taking them regularly, talk to your doctor about other options. Drinking alcohol. This can make your night restless and disturbed. While alcohol initially induces sleep and makes you drowsy, research says that this state is temporary and not very beneficial to the body. This is because as our body begins to metabolize the alcohol, you may start to get restless. Studies have found that drinking before bed suppresses your rapid eye movement sleep in particular, which is important for memory and concentration. Don't consume caffeine after 5 p.m. One study found that consuming 400 milligrams of caffeine even 6 hours before bedtime disrupted sleep. Specifically, a research shows that those who consumed a caffeine pill 6 hours before bed slept about an hour less than they slept when they didn't consume caffeine. The researchers suggest that people should limit their caffeine consumption to before 5 p.m. at the latest. Avoid eating spicy and fatty foods. Having a large meal too close to bedtime can make falling asleep uncomfortable if you're bloated or painfully full. Spicy or fatty foods may be particularly risky because they're associated with acid reflux, which often rears its head when a person lies down at night. Ideally, you should have dinner at least 2 hours before going to sleep to give your body enough time to begin digesting it. If you're used to eating something right before bed, stick with sleep-promoting foods like simple carbs or a glass of milk. Work out too intensely. Getting regular exercise has been shown to actually help treat insomnia and promote good sleeping habits. There is some evidence though, that prolonged or very high-intensity exercise late at night may make it hard for some people to fall asleep. That's partly because your body temperature rises during cardio workouts, which could make it harder to go to sleep. Instead, they suggest doing some yoga or simple stretching, which can help you relax. If you're staying up extra late to squeeze in time at the gym and suspect that it may be keeping you up, see if you sleep better after an earlier workout. Sip on caffeinated beverages. You might not drink coffee right before bed, but keep in mind other beverages have caffeine too. Tea is a good example. Same goes for some sodas. Due to the caffeine found in cocoa. The caffeine from these drinks increases adrenaline and energy levels, producing an effect that will keep you up rather than helping you sleep. Eat chocolate. Another sneaky source of caffeine is chocolate, especially dark chocolate with high cocoa contents. Milk chocolate bars usually have less than 10 milligrams of caffeine per serving, but a Hershey's Special Dark Bar, for instance, contains 31, which is the amount in almost a whole can of Coke. Chocolate also contains the stimulant theobromine, which has been shown to increase heart rate and sleeplessness. Taking a shower. Our body's temperature naturally cools down as evening approaches. But when we take a bath, our body temperature rises. This makes sleeping difficult as we need a cool temperature to sleep. That is why it is easier to sleep when your toes are uncovered. Additionally, taking a shower before bed can send wrong signals to your brain if it is an occasional thing you do. Your brain may wire your body to wake up instead. Smoke. Those who crave nicotine, their habit might just be interfering with their sleep. Even if you find that having a smoke relaxes you, the nicotine in cigarettes is a stimulant, meaning it's actually keeping your body and brain alert, making it more difficult to get some rest, especially if you light up close to your bedtime. Nicotine withdrawal can also cause smokers to wake up earlier than they normally would in the morning. Drink a lot of water. Keeping a glass of water on your nightstand may help you avoid a parched throat in the middle of the night, but that doesn't mean you should be chugging glass after glass before you get into bed. Drinking more than a few sips of water before bed often leads to bathroom breaks in the middle of the night and difficulty getting back to sleep afterward. Instead, make sure you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day and always be sure to use the bathroom before you head to bed, even if you don't feel like you have to. Turn up the heat. It may seem like common sense to make your room all warm and cozy before you head off to bed, but doing so may actually interfere with your rest. Humans tend to sleep best in rooms that are between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, that's because the body's temperature drops during the night, and also because a lower temperature allows for people to cover up with blankets without getting too hot. So, it's best to play it cool if you want to wake up feeling refreshed.